Hello everyone, and today we have received wired-in-ear hi-fi headphones with a dynamic driver from HIDIZS, namely the ST2 Pro Nebula model. All this stuff is supplied in this kind of packaging, where the model itself is depicted on the front side, and it is also indicated that it uses a built-in DAC from EES. There is support for DSD MQA and high-resolution audio certification. And on the back side are the characteristics of the headphones. Well, let's move on to unpacking and see what's inside. In the kit you will find user manual, certificate of product quality, warranty card, faux leather carrying case, adapter from USB Type-C to USB-A, 4-core high purity, oxygen-free copper cable with 2-pin 0.78mm connector, 1.2 meters long, 3 pairs of silicone white transparent ear tips, S, M, and L. And of course the HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula headphones themselves. HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula are dynamic IEMs with DSP cable, and the main feature is a built-in DAC. This means that no matter what source you connect the IEMs to, the ST2 Pro Nebula will sound equally good with any device. They are equipped with a 10mm dynamic driver, with a composite PU diaphragm and a dual magnet system, which provides high-quality sound based on the Harman 2019 curve. According to HIDIZS, their IEMs are ideal for genres such as pop, metal, and rock. HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula are available in 2 color variations, transparent white and transparent black, as well as with 2 types of connectors, 2-pin QDC and MMCX connector. Additionally, for $50 you can purchase a separate DSP cable in beige and white or blue and black. The ST2 Pro Nebula housings are made of German Bayer resin using a 3D printing casting process, allowing the shell to have a strong and monolithic construction. In my example, the resin is completely transparent, through which the dynamic driver installed inside is easily visible. I would like to remind you that in addition to transparent housings, black transparent shells with a blue-black wire are also available in the official HIDIZS store. On the front of the shell, there is a round metal panel with a rough texture and the company logo along with a lightning bolt on it. It looks strict and restrained. I think this design will be appropriate in any conditions of use, in the office, at home, or during training. On the back of the shell, there is a metal sound guide of optimal width and length with a mesh inside and a rim to hold the ear pads. On the side, there is a 2-pin connector, and on top it says HIDIZS Nebula and an indicator of the R and L sides. I did not notice any compensation holes here, but looking ahead, I assure you that this did not affect the sound quality in any way. The ST2 Pro are compact, lightweight, and have a fairly versatile crescent shape. Each earbud weighs about 7 grams, which does not create the effect of presence in the ear, and is completely unnoticeable after a few minutes of use. I will tell you that after 10 minutes I forgot that I had them on. The inside is completely smooth and has no corners that could cause redness or discomfort. Sound insulation is at a decent level here, and this set isolates about 60 to 80% of external sounds. Thanks to the deep fit, the absence of compensation holes, the passive isolation copes very well with blocking external noise, and already at 50% volume, I could barely hear the sounds of the keyboard or my own voice. The included cable is the main feature of these IEMs, and it really surprised me. To be exact, it is a 2-pin high-purity OFC oxygen-free copper cable with a fabric outer insulation coming in a nice twist pattern and a Type-C termination. It is a 4-wire 260-core cable. Not very thick, very pliable, easy to use, not microphonic. The cable itself is flexible, lightweight, weight 16 grams. Does not twist and has a memory effect. This cable won't add any extra weight to your ears or pull on your earphones at all. HIDIZS did a nice job selecting the materials used. Of course, these cables are DSP Digital Signal Processor Type-C cables to be used with any Type-C Android, Windows, Mac OS, iOS, or Harmony devices. The cables also have a working mic with a multifunction button controller. The microphone here is capable of recording 24-bit 48 kHz, which is quite enough for conferences or communication in games. And on the other end of the cable, there are ear hooks with a 2-pin QDC connector. One cool thing about DSP cables is the fact that they come with a digital signal processor, or a DAC chip, which enables them to be able to process the signal, ultimately providing the listener with a cool and portable way to listen to their music. Having said that, these DSP cables are most certainly not created equal. Just like any source device which uses different DAC chips and circuitry, so do these cables. In the case of the ST2 Pro, HIDIZS decided upon an actual very high-quality DAC chip, which was somewhat surprising to me when I first found out. That chip is actually the ES9281AC Pro, which is one of the better small devices DAC chips, better than middle of the road and not one you'd usually find in a cable like this. Well, at least I haven't seen any with this particular chip inside. In fact, this chip is used inside of some amazing dongle DACs like the Questal M15 and the Earman Colibri, for example. Basically, it is a very high-quality USB sock-style chip, and I'm very glad to see it implemented within the ST2 Pro cables. You will at least know that you are getting a chip capable of high-res audio made by some of the best in the business. One great thing to see inside of a cable like this is the ability to swap earphones. However, not every earphone is as sensitive as others. There are some slightly harder to drive sets which require a bit more amplitude to bring them to proper fidelity. So, how nice it was to see that the ST2 Pro Nebula has a max output power, driving power, of 70 milliwatts at 32 ohms. For those who don't know, this is much higher than you usually see with these cables. Furthermore, every single IEM that I placed on these cables was easily driven to not just good volume, but also to good dynamics, good dynamic range, tight transients in respect to how they usually sound, etc. Maybe some planers will want more juice, but most sets are driven very well with this cable. That said, I have a few planers which sounded great on the ST2 Pro cable. Another capability of the ES9281AC Pro is that you can get a whopping 8 times MQA unfolding, which is nice for those who have MQA tracks. You can get up to DSD 128 as well. Folks, you simply cannot get this kind of audio luxury from DSP cables all the time. Beyond MQA and DSD, the ST2P cable can decode sample rates up to 32-bit 384 kHz PCM. It also has an inbuilt microphone, which is actually quite good, by the way. Very natural sounding for a microphone such as this. The cable connector also has a red and blue sample rate indicator, which will tell you when you are playing 44.1 to 48 kHz PCM, 32 to 384 kHz, and native DSD 64128. This cable also has a Hyperstream 2 quad DAC architecture to help the chip with processing. Really a high-quality cable with plenty of features not usually seen in these types of cables. The earpads here also deserve praise. The ST2 Pro Nebula come with 3 pairs of white transparent earpads in sizes S, M, and L. They are made of liquid silicone, soft, pleasant to the body, and have a memory effect. However, in terms of shape and fit, these earpads did not suit me. Moreover, I think they do not allow to fully reveal the potential of these IEMs. Therefore, I used other earpads made of medical silicone Anemone Hi-Fi from this company, which became a good alternative. I rarely use carrying cases, but I'm a sucker for a good leather pouch. And this one is quite great. Really, it's a perfect size for my front pocket, and that is the most important thing for me. I realize I'm speaking on a pouch right now and very few of you care, but it's the little things for this reviewer. I love a good pouch. At any rate, the leather is so soft that it's almost satisfying for me just to hold the thing. It also has a pinch open and snap close top with 2 small strips of sheet metal. Now about the sound. The HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula's bass performance is clearly geared toward bass heads, offering an abundance of sub-bass and mid-bass. Its punchy and powerful response makes for an engaging and energetic listening experience. The rumble and slam are particularly satisfying, adding liveliness to its sound. Despite its focus on quantity, the bass retains enough detail to remain enjoyable without feeling overly exaggerated. While impactful, the bass leans more toward power than refinement, which may leave texture, definition, and detail lacking for more discerning listeners. It doesn't fully reach the deepest sub-bass regions, resulting in some loss of nuance and intricacy. The ST2 Pro Nebula's bass ensures a dominant low-end presence that drives its overall sound signature. However, its emphasis on bass prominence can sometimes overshadow other frequencies, making it less balanced. The HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula mid-range provides a clean presentation, but the vocals are recessed. This allows the bass to dominate, pushing vocals to the background rather than making them the center of attention. Timbre is acceptable but could feel more natural, as vocals sometimes lack weight and sound slightly thin. A scratchy quality is occasionally present, which detracts from the smoothness of the mid-range performance. The mids avoid muddiness and maintain a clear sound, but they don't stand out in terms of warmth or richness. The presentation feels neutral and straightforward, offering clarity without adding much character. Details and vocal nuances are not fully captured, leaving the mids sounding less expressive than they could be. While functional, they would benefit from more body and presence to balance better with the bass. The HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula's treble offers above-average detail retrieval, ensuring fine elements in tracks are noticeable. Its energetic nature gives the highs a lively presence that adds brightness to the overall sound. Sibilance control is acceptable, keeping harshness sometimes in check. However, the treble lacks the air that would add a sense of openness and extension to the upper frequencies. Resolving ability is decent, allowing the treble to handle most tracks with a good amount of sparkle and brilliance. Overall, the overall tone leans bright, which might feel slightly aggressive for treble-sensitive listeners. While the treble provides good detail and energy, it could benefit from more refinement and smoothness. Its brightness leaves room for improvement in creating a more natural and extended presentation. The soundstage of the HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula offers an average width, keeping the presentation confined. Depth is limited, resulting in more of an in-head listening experience without much layering or spatial dimension. Imaging is also average, with instrument placement being clear enough but lacking precision. While it doesn't excel in creating a holographic soundstage, it maintains a sense of order and avoids sounding chaotic. Separation stands out as a positive, handling cluttered and busy tracks with ease. Instruments and vocals remain distinguishable, ensuring that the mix doesn't collapse even in complex passages. On the other hand, dynamics feel uneven, as the bass overpowers the mids and treble. This imbalance makes the overall presentation feel less cohesive, with the highs struggling to keep up with the more dominant low end. As for the frequency response graph, I recorded it using an artificial ear simulator, but not in a completely standard way. More precisely like standard, but this time the signal went through the ES9281AC chip. Then I compared the right and left channels. There is a slight desynchronization at the level of error. I think the point is that I could not adjust the right earphone to the position of the left one, hence the slight discrepancy. In reality, the result may be different, more accurate. Then I took the HIDIZS ST2 DAC and connected it directly to the USB port of the motherboard, and I got the following graphs regarding noise and harmonic distortion that you see. To sum it up, HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula is a very bold and innovative project that has no analogs in the world of audio. It combines a cable with an integrated DAC and IEMs at a very nice price. The built-in DAC uses a high-performance chip from ESS technology, ESS ES9281AC Pro, providing a power of 70 milliwatts plus 70 milliwatts at 32 ohms, which is quite a good result to open up most IEMs on the market. HIDIZS ST2 Pro Nebula is a great option that combines everything you need to listen to hi-fi music in one device. It is an ideal start for those who want to feel like an audiophile, as well as experienced users who want to listen to music without the need for additional devices, such as DACs or amplifiers. And that's all from me. You can buy it using the link in the description. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye everyone. Ciao.